Mr. Scotti Hill.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about
Great.
you?
I'm doing great.
Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Great city. I am in Medellín, Colombia.
Medellín, yes. I've been there. It was beautiful.
You've been there?
Yeah. That ride down the mountain was really nice.
It's beautiful. It's a city surrounded by mountains.
I know. It was gorgeous. The views are incredible up there.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful from you, man.
Can't wait to come back.
I wish you could. I just want to tell you that I am a big fan. I used to play guitar when I was younger. You're one of my idols.
Oh.
You're one hell of a guitar player, let me tell you.
Thank
I'm
you.
a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. But you said you used to play. What's up with that?
I didn't have the discipline to go on because you need to practice every day, but I was a respectable guitar player. I'm playing again.
Oh, good. That's what I want to hear.
I'm playing. I have a teacher, a very good guitar player too.
Good. You know, remember, it's not a contest.
Right.
It's about the enjoyment. You know, if I don't feel like playing guitar, I don't play guitar. I only play when I feel like it. It's not a contest. It's not sports. It's about feeling good and having fun.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm glad you picked it up again.
I did, and I will continue playing guitar. You know, it
Right
makes
on.
me happy.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm a big fan of Skid Row, so feel comfortable with me. I'm not a journalist here pretending to know you. I do know you.
Awesome. That's good.
And we're both friends here talking about music and your band.
Thank you.
Welcome to Radioacktiva, the rock planet.
Radioacktiva.
Yes. And thanks for being here with us. It is an honor talking to you, really.
Honor for me.
Casually, yesterday was the anniversary of Skid Row's first album. Did you know that?
I did see that. I was on social media yesterday and I saw those posts and I was like, and whenever I see those posts, I kind of flash back to where I was when it came out. And I think we were in Dallas opening for Bon Jovi when the day the album came out, the first album, and that was it's a huge deal for us. And you know, all these years later, I had no idea that you and I would be sitting here today discussing it all these years later.
Go figure. I was 22 and I was a big fan, and I never in my life imagined that I will be here talking to you, one of my guitar heroes.
All right. Well, thank you.
But you have a new record on. The Gang's All Here. Besides being younger, any substantial differences making both albums, the first one and the new one?
Well, the first one was more of a kind of a nervous excitement, kind of butterflies in your stomach. What's going to happen? I think that's like that with any record, what's going to happen. But that was, the excitement of doing a first record on a major label. We had just quit our day jobs to go off and do this thing. So it was a different kind of excitement. This, The Gang's All Here, I say this over and over again, the experience of making it was such a positive experience that I think it comes through in the music. The energy was really, really good, positive energy in the studio. Everybody was in good headspace. Working with Nick Raskulinecz was just incredible experience.
The producer. The producer of the album.
Yes. He's a Skid Row fan, and he understands the band and what we should sound like. So that was a plus right there. So, you know, both great experiences, and I can say over the years they all haven't been great experiences in the studio. Most of them have. I think probably Subhuman Race was probably not the best experience in the studio, but
it's a great album. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. Sometimes I go back and visit it, and I'm like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. But it was more like the experience of making it was not the most fun. So, but sure, this record has been really great record to make. Just really good vibes in the studio. Lots of fun.
You can feel it when you hear the songs, and the guitars are, man, loud.
Oh yeah.
And the guitar attack, you know, Scotti Hill, Snake Sable, you both guys are in great form. But the bass guitar is still pretty strong in this band.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I do believe that you guys work pretty much very good together. How do you create songs? You bring an idea to Snake or to Rachel, or you get together and rehearse? How do you create songs?
Songs are born. There's really no formula. If I had to come up with some formula for Skid Row songs, it would start with Snake and Rachel, because they're the primary songwriters. They've got really good chemistry together. They've always just really clicked. But there's no particular method that we use. A lot of times, for example, we'll be in sound check and somebody will play something, and like for example, I was playing something a few months ago at sound check, and Rachel goes, "What is that? Is that yours?" And I'm like,
"That was good. That was good."
Yeah, and he'll say, "Is that yours?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And he'll grab his phone and be like, "Okay, play it again." And he'll put it in his phone, and we'll get to it later. So they're born at sound check. They're born at rehearsal. Sometimes it's a riff that somebody's been playing for years. For example, the picking guitar in October song, Snake has been playing that for decades. He's been playing that for 25 years. He's been playing that thing.
It's a beautiful song, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. And for years we've been saying, Snake, write something around that. That thing is so cool. Write something around it. And then finally, when they played me that song, I was like, yes, he finally wrote something around that. So you don't know where they're coming from. And now we have our computers. So we all live thousands of miles away from each other, but just press a button and my idea is in there, somebody else's computer, and they can work on it and we can work on it together.
You're going to play Monsters of Rock in South America.
Yes.
How come you never came in the 80s or the early 90s to play in South America? We South American fans are great crowds, man.
Oh, I know.
But you never came in that age. Is there a particular reason for that?
We did not come to Colombia. We did play in Brazil and Argentina, I think twice. But we didn't come to Colombia until the early 2000s, I think.
Yes, I remember that.
But like I always tell people, if I booked these tours, we would play everywhere. But I'm just a lowly guitar player. I'm not the booking agent. So though they have quite a task to try and cover all the territories. And there's a lot of moving parts involved and variables that require, availability of the band, availability of the building, the negotiations of the whole show. So there's a lot of things involved with booking those shows. And I suppose if they're going to book us in Colombia, they're going to have to book us in other countries in South America as well. So it's worth it for us to go down there. It is a business. I don't like to think of it that way, but it is. So, but I'm definitely not a businessman, and that's why I don't book the band.
I believe this new album is the perfect mix between Skid Row's first album and Slave to the Grind.
Oh,
Did you guys did that on purpose, or just, music took you there?
I've never heard it worded in that way. I've heard that it reminds people of early Skid Row, but you're the first person
Believe
to
me,
say,
because I am a fan, and I
yeah,
love the band, and we
yes,
tell
and
the truth.
the fact that you say it's kind of between Slave to the Grind and Skid Row, I think that's a really good description. And I have not heard that before. That is, it's not coincidence that it has that earlier sound. When we got together with Nick Raskulinecz, he had said, "You guys need to go back to your roots." And we're like, "Really? What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, over time, it's turned into something else, and you should really go back for that old Skid Row sound. It's in you." And we're like, "Yeah, definitely." And he gave us some examples, and the fact that he's a Skid Row fan for life, is like, who could make a better Skid Row record than a Skid Row fan? Imagine if you were to make a Skid Row record, you could make it sound exactly how you wanted it to sound. And that's kind of what Nick did. And I love the result. I love it. So happy.
Oh, it's a great album. Congratulations again. How many songs did you write for this album? How many songs did you left out?
I don't, there's a few that did not make the album. They were recorded, I believe, but as we went on, Nick was like, he sent us to a rehearsal studio and said, "Don't come out until you have 3 more songs. We'll see what you come up with." So we wrote 3 more songs in rehearsal. And once again, you don't know how they can be written. Maybe one person will write a whole song, or the band. In this case, it was the 5 of us in a room. Well, it was actually 4 of us in a room, and we came out with these other songs. So I don't know the total amount of songs that we started out with, but
the album has 10 songs.
Yeah, we have 10 songs. There were songs that were parts of songs, and then we would take one apart and take parts of that and parts of that, put them together. So I'm not really sure the exact how many we started with, but I tell you, we're looking forward to the next one, because
Also, you have material for the next one.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, everybody's really hyped up, and it was such a good experience that we just looking forward to do it again.
This is the last one, Scotty, and this is a personal question, because I read sometime maybe 1991 in Rip magazine that Snake and you both worked on your guitar solos separately. I mean, each one of you took the song home, construct a guitar solo, and the next day you show it to each other. And I read that Snake once said, when we got together the next day, and I said to Scotty, "Go ahead, play I Remember You, your guitar solo." And when you played yours, he said, "I don't need to play mine. Yours is better already." Is that a true story? Because I read that a long time ago.
It wasn't. It's never been the case where we both write a solo for the same song. That's predetermined. When we're writing the songs, I'm not sure of the article you're talking about, but here's how we do it. When we write a song, while we're rehearsing it, usually we'll just
improvise.
If he's got a couple solos already, I'll take the solo for the newer song, So we keep it kind of like 50-50, so everybody's happy. There's been a case like Rattlesnake Shake on the first record. I was originally playing the solo on that, and I didn't like what I was coming up with. I wasn't happy with it. I said, "Dude, I'm not feeling this. Why don't you take a shot at it?" And then he played a great solo. I was like, awesome. So it's been traditional in the band that if there's a ballad such as I Remember You, I'll take the solo. That's, I shine at that kind of stuff. A song like Slave to the Grind, he'll take the solo because he just rips the hell out of it. So that's usually how we do it. It's not like we compete against each other to see who writes the best solo. But we do cheer each other on. We don't compete. We have a great partnership as a team. We're a guitar team, and we're proud of that. Like a Judas Priest or an Iron Maiden or
yes,
all these two guitar bands. We're proud to be part of that tradition.
Like Rad when Robin Crosby was alive.
Yeah.
Warren and Robin.
Totally. So we're proud of being that whole guitar team thing. Now, as far as playing together, for example, this album, The Gang's All Here, we all the rhythm tracks we played together in the studio at the same time. We were in the control room facing each other. Nick was sitting in the middle facing the speakers. Snake was here, I was here, and we just played together and really locked up. And it was so much fun to do it that way, because we usually, Snake will come in at 2:00, I'll come in at 4:00, and we'll knock a song out, so, but we did it the whole record like that. And then we cut solos in between. So I was there in the room while he was cutting his solos. He was there in the room when I was cutting my solos. It's like, dude, that thing you just did right there, that's really cool. Do that again. Play that part and, build a solo like that. So we cheer each other on. We're like, we just take each other. We have respect for each other. So that really helps in the studio. So if you're unsure of something, you got a nice fresh set of ears to bounce it off of.
That's cool.
It's a pleasure speaking to you.
Nice speaking to you. I wish you the best, and I love you, and I'm a big fan, and the last album is a great work. I congratulate you guys.
We will come back eventually, and I look forward to saying hello face to face.